Shut up, cunts. It's Bobo time.
Jesus Christ. How do you follow that? It's after Opie and Anthony Live. And you know, usually when they clean up the studio after a show, it's like a very quick thing. They just come in, replace some headphones, get some papers off the desk, and they're out. I mean, they're not still cleaning when the show's on the air, but I don't know. There was something just about the debauchery and the debacle that was today's show that has left this place looking like an atomic bomb has gone off. And we didn't even do any, like, stunts. Bobo is still here. However, he's all the way across the room for some reason. You coming up? You going to come to the table, Bobo?
Yep.
You feeling confident?
Yep, ma'am. Well, I have to admit right now I'm still dealing with the aftertaste out of whatever deodorant Lady Di was wearing.
Well, that's what you did today, Bobo. You licked Lady Di's hairy armpit. Was it indeed hairy?
I guess maybe it was stubble.
It was just stubble that you were licking.
Yeah, but the deodorant freaking leaves a horrible aftertaste.
Was that a little armpit hiccup you did there? Taste a little armpit when the air came up?
Still.
Slosh around the saliva in your mouth. Slosh it around a little bit. Let me hear it. How does that taste? Like armpits?
Oh, it's horrible aftertaste.
You know what you could have done? When they said, hey, Bobo, now you lick Lady Di's armpits, you could have been like, no, thank you.
Well, I did it for the show.
That's good to know. Let me start taking some calls and go to 303. You're on After Opie and Anthony Live.
Hey, Sam, this is Jack. I think Bobo proved that he can go on that bus tour.
Bobo, you didn't bring that up once. What the fuck is wrong with you? You've been campaigning for so long to get back on this show. When was the last time you were on the show?
Well, the last time I was on the Opie and Anthony show was during the trip to Cleveland.
That was a long time ago.
I was a year ago.
Yeah.
And the amazing part is the last time it was in a very unfamiliar place. That's how.
Well, Cleveland. I mean, it's familiar to a lot of people. They live there, but not to you, huh?
No, right.
Here's the thing. That was over a year ago. You've been gone from the Opie and Anthony show for over a year. We finally let you back on as a bit of a goof, and you have the opportunity to make a case for yourself. Not once did you mention to the people who make the decision, Opie, Anthony, Jim Norton, that you want to be a part of this bus trip.
I didn't want to bother them over it, all right?
Well, what are you going to do? Mention it on Twitter? You know they don't like it when you tweet them.
Well, I figured that...
Plus, your account gets deleted most of the time.
I figured by what I did, they would probably get the idea. And, hey, I'd be excellent on the bus tour.
Why? Because you'll be licking armpits?
No, that I could handle the wildness of the bus tour.
The rigors of the road?
Yup. As a matter of fact, if I'm able to take Mr. Maloonigans on this trip, he'll be the official O&A bus tour party dog.
Yeah, we're not going to let your dog on the bus. That's ridiculous.
To the back like National Lampoon's Vacation.
Have you seen National Lampoon's Vacation?
No, that wouldn't be a good idea, all right? Last thing I need is to come home with the whole family crying.
Well, that's what happens when you come home anyway, Bobo.
No, that doesn't happen.
All right, stand corrected. Let's go to Kevin in North Carolina. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, I think everyone missed line of the day from Whoo Kid when he said this is nigger Twilight Zone. and I want to see if Whoo Kid's going to be able to go back and do his own show now.
Whoo Kid, he'll be back. I think he's doing something for Opie's elevator show right now. But I saw him in the kitchen, and I was like, Whoo Kid, you got to come. He was like, I'm here to do the after show. I was like, you got to come do O&A for a little while. There's chaos going on in the studio. It is a different world. Roland, you walked in to your office this morning. What time did you get in? About 7? 6:30?
Yeah, before my coffee.
All right, you got in. Yeah, you got in for your coffee because you get in early, especially on a day like today. You don't even really need to be here until 8:30, 9 o'clock if you wanted to.
Yeah, with the release forms and all that shit.
So you want to make sure you get here early. You sit down.
I don't even sit down. I walk right in, step 1 foot in the office.
And what happened?
Yab. Oh,
who are you?
What's going on? What's this?
How are ya?
Why are you sitting there?
And you didn't like it.
I was like, in the morning, just leave me alone for 5 minutes.
And they weren't giving it to you?
No, then I said, shut up and sign this fucking paperwork.
He was just in the office. Everybody's having a good time, and Roland's in the chair going, shut up! Shut up! And then he looked at me and he said, Sam, and he said it out loud so everybody could hear, if I had a gun, there would be a massacre in this building right now.
In my head, I was just going crazy. It's like, I just need coffee.
Bobo, I mean, the breathing into the mic is like, insanely loud. What made you today during the show, your first time back on the Opie and Anthony show, decide I need to take a break from the action to go shit in the handicap stall?
What happened was I felt it so badly that I had to go.
Were you, as they say, turtling?
Well, it was this close to the I can't hold it any longer farts.
What'd you eat that made you feel that way?
I don't know.
Donuts.
I don't know. May have been the Shake Shack burger I ate last night.
Could have been. Steve in Kentucky. How's it going, Steve?
All right. Hey, Sam, for real, for once, I'm actually liking listening to you.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't stand them two bitches. They would not shut the fuck up.
They don't, do they?
I can't believe I paid for a whole 4 hours of that bullshit.
Whether you're talking to them or you're not talking to them, they just yap, 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 yap.
Yeah, it's only quiet. They just go after you. Why is it be quiet?
What was your favorite observation that was made by Lady Di or Marion today, Steve?
She wouldn't shut the fuck up.
That was it.
She like two, cackling ducks. Wouldn't shut the fuck up.
That's the beauty of those two, because normally, especially in this anti-bully culture that we live in right now, when you tell somebody that, yeah, there's this 51-year-old woman that we have on the show, and we make fun of her because her ex-husband, or whoever this guy was, jumped in front of a train, and it's hilarious. Most people would... Go ahead.
I wish they both jump in front of a train. Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
Save me.
Most people would say, that's horrible. You cannot make fun of somebody for that. But then you listen to Lady Di and Marion for any amount of time. It could be 5 minutes. And you end up like Steve, who just wants the worst for both of them.
And you know that her husband's in a better place.
Exactly.
I'm sure I speak for just about everybody listening today. They're fucking going batshit crazy, man.
Yep. Thank you, Steve. You know exactly what was going on in Lady Di's husband's head when he took that trip to the railroad station that morning.
Probably the quietest day of his life.
Yeah, today will be my finest achievement.
Probably tried to take a shit and she wouldn't shut up. And that's it. I have no other choice.
Now, pucker up, choo-choo train. I'm coming home.
Yeah, Jesus.
Keith in Illinois.
What's up, fam?
How's it going, buddy?
Nice, peaceful, quiet serenity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just enjoy it that you and I can have a conversation without being interrupted by those two. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Serenity now.
That's right, Bobo.
My ears are still bleeding.
So what's going on, Keith?
I just going to tell Bobo, congratulations on the perfect show today.
You think Bobo had a perfect show?
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Oh, well, Bobo, do you feel like today went perfectly for you?
Yeah, I think it went great. I think it went so great, I'm going to listen to today's show all over again.
Is that right?
Yeah, I have it. I have my XM set to it's always set to record the show.
So, if you're going to go back, well, we replay all day. Couldn't you just listen to a replay?
Well, this way I could listen to it on my time. I don't have to wait for the replay to start at a certain time.
You're right. And as you said earlier today, it's Bobo time, right?
Exactly.
Was that your favorite moment when you told Lady Di and Marion to shut up because it's Bobo time?
Yep.
You like that the best?
Yep, exactly.
What was better, telling them to shut up because it's Bobo time or leaving the show to take that nice hot deuce?
I think it was saying it's a Bobo time.
Good, Bobo.
Yeah, so did you write the elephant thing? That little pyramid, the elephant, E-Rock Roland?
Oh, did you take... I wrote things that are overweight was the clue.
Oh, all right.
And you didn't like that the intern brought your name up, huh?
No, I'm sure she read it.
I mean, you could check the clues. We could bring the intern in.
Read it, Roland.
Yeah, E-Rock was in the room.
All Sam was holding up was what the clue was, and she came up with the list.
She did.
What?
Do you want to hear the Bobo thing, by the way? I pulled it.
Which Bobo thing?
The shut up cunts, it's Bobo time.
That's right. How can I forget that C word? Is that your new favorite drop?
I came back from break with it.
Let me hear it.
Shut up, cunts. It's Bobo time.
Is that your new ringtone, buddy?
That's got to be a ringtone.
Where's Jackie?
She's gone.
What do you mean she's gone?
She had to leave.
She had to leave?
Yep.
What? She gets her... This is the interns we have now? They get their airtime and then they're done for the day?
She asked permission if she could leave because she's heading back home.
And who's gonna say no to her, right?
I wasn't the one she asked permission from.
Who'd she ask permission from?
I think people who sit in that room. Somebody.
Who?
And she's like, "It's okay, I can leave Friday." I said, "Okay, fine."
Who do I don't understand. What did Sal give her permission?
I don't know. She just came in and she told me. She's like, "Oh, my bus is early. I have to leave at 10:30 on Friday." And I said, "Okay." And
that's
she
amazing.
made it seem like she already got permission. So
that's amazing.
All right, whatever.
Can you imagine that going through your internship with those kind of perks? Poor Sydney's in there trying to be a good intern, even though she doesn't have to be.
Paid position with those perks.
What do you mean?
We don't get those perks, and we're paid to be here.
True. Yeah. Can you imagine getting to do that in our position, let alone as an intern? Trucker Bob.
Well, you know, boys, I can so understand poor Roland. Them bitches just wouldn't shut up. They were mind-numbing. I was contemplating self-mutilation, and then they finally shut up and left.
Yeah, can you imagine? Can you imagine having a tight little office, and that's what you come to in the morning?
Oh, no, I can't.
Holy shit.
Point.
Thanks, Bob.
Here, boys.
Would you say Lady Di and Mary and Roland were your least favorite guests?
I mean, they're fine here. I mean, but just like when I sit down, just like shut up.
Because you've not been able to shake it. You've been in a bad mood ever since you walked in.
It's been a shit week. So I was like, all right, I just go in, pop through the day, and I'm out. And then when you wake up and hear people just yapping, asking you 50 questions.
And none of them good questions.
And none of them are A-list talents. I was like, I don't give a shit.
They're not talented people. They don't ask good questions.
No.
They're all, I mean, there's a reason why Opie and Anthony call them the retarded Laverne and
they
Shirley.
asked, do you know why this happened?
Bobo.
I know it.
Bobo, what's that bag that E-Rock has there?
The heck, Anthony bought these cookies and left them there?
Now, Bobo came in with some Girl Scout cookies that I guess Anthony had purchased. Is it true he purchased them years ago?
No, he purchased them this year.
2013? I don't think so.
Yeah, he purchased them 2013. It's just we didn't have a chance to get them to him.
She did a giveaway.
Are you helping yourself to him right now, Eric?
No, I was just seeing how many there were. There's a lot in here.
Well, Anthony bought a lot. He's a nice guy. He bought a lot of cookies from me.
Joker wants to say hi. There's 15 boxes of cookies, and Anthony just left them behind. To live the rich life. What's up, Joker?
Hey, Sam. Congratulations on the massive improvement you've made over the years. It's awesome listening to the after show, especially after a show like today.
Yeah.
But hey, I do have a question for you. Over the last year, I've won a couple different things, listening to your show, and one of them was a signed book of Nikki Sixx that your buddy there had and brought in all his shit that he was trying to not have to move.
Troy.
And then, recently, Roland came in and had a DVD that he said I could have and was going to send to me. Nothing makes it to my house.
Well, I mean, what? So you didn't get your third prize? I don't understand. I mean...
No, one prize would be nice, but, I figured it was a show full of bitches. I might as well get my bitch in today, too.
I understand. I guess the intern didn't send a DVD out?
I give them everything before.
Right.
They're supposed to send it out.
You want a mixtape?
What happens, man? Yeah, I'd love a mixtape.
All right, hold on. Get Joker's information. He can have a mixtape. This guy. You see what happens, Roland?
You give and give and give. People want more and more.
Yeah, must have been something with the mail delivery guy's fault that the stuff got lost.
Right. Why isn't he calling the postal service? Finally, Bobo making some sense.
Yeah, I've heard how people sometimes see the address and where the mail is from, and they usually have a good idea of what's in the box. They say, oh, this is from so-and-so. Oh, this is some good stuff. I'm stealing that.
You think that happens?
Yeah, corrupt stuff happens all the time in government-run businesses.
What do you think is the most corrupt government-run business?
The MTA.
You think so?
More money.
Yeah.
Nothing gets really improved.
How much are you paying for a subway ride?
A subway ride now costs
$2.50, I think.
$2.50.
How much?
$5 for a round trip.
And how much did that cost a couple years ago?
That cost about $125.
And what do you get? $125 each way. That's $2.50 for a round trip, doubling the price. Bobo, how has your ride improved?
Nothing. Same thing.
What?
Same thing. Same underfunded thing. Still takes an eternity to wait for a bus.
Mm-hmm.
They still don't under-maintained. Under-maintaining the system all of a sudden is catching up with the MTA.
So you're thinking there's corruption here?
Yeah, they are. How do you mess up the most used business in the world?
What do you think the corruption is specifically?
I think they're not using the money for what it's supposed to be doing.
Where do you think the money's going?
I'm thinking it could be going to... I might be far-fetched, but this is not far from the truth.
Okay, well, if you can, as long as you're not being far from the truth, it's okay to be far-fetched.
I might be exaggerating, but...
But not far from the truth.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if I found out they were using it for limousines, expensive booze...
So you're saying that these politicians are actually... Go ahead.
And steak, and most importantly...
Right.
Prostitutes.
No, not the MTA money.
I'm telling you, that's how corrupt they are. It would not surprise me a bit.
So you're telling me that these guys who work for the MTA are nothing more than limousine riding, jet plane flying, wheeling dealing, kiss stealing, son of a guns?
Woo! Exactly.
My God, Bobo. Bobo, Whoo Kid, was just... Oh, good. Lady Di and Marion are back.
Yo, we just twerked in the elevator real quick. Sorry.
Feel free. No. You're not cutting me off at all. We were actually just taking some calls from the listeners who were so relieved that Lady Di and Marion were gone.
Now they're back.
It's ironic that they're back.
Yeah.
Bobo was exposing some truths about government conspiracies and corruption.
Nah, son. What, like some Illuminati stuff?
Yeah. He thinks the MTA is very corrupt. He thinks that these subway tolls... ladies, do you use the MTA?
Do I use the MTA?
That's right.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
What happened? Why'd you stop?
Oh, well, I stopped because I...
Lack of funds?
Back then I lost my job, yeah.
Right. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
It's not like there's a bus that takes you from your bedroom to the couch to watch TV, right?
No.
So what do you need it for? Am I right?
Right.
Right. Exactly right.
Plus, I don't live in New York. I live in New Jersey.
Okay.
That PATH train, kid.
That's
the PATH train.
reason,
Yeah,
right?
but she very rarely needs to come to the city because,
Okay.
like I said, her couch is just a few footsteps away. Did you know the lady died? She doesn't work. She hasn't worked for how many years?
I haven't worked already about maybe 4 years.
4 years. How did it
don't do
feel?
shit.
She doesn't do shit. She stays at home. She watches the monkeys.
That's hot.
She watches the Partridge Family.
Yes,
That's
I do.
hot.
And, you know...
Remember I told you that, right?
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Damn.
And does nothing.
And a bunch of game shows, too.
And game shows. She watches reruns of Pressure Luck.
No, not that one.
But how does it
Match
feel?
Game.
Of course, I was wrong, and I stand corrected. How does it feel when people like Stalker Patty and Marion are sitting here and saying there is no reason that someone should be unemployed for 4 years? Even Stalker Patty has had two jobs since you've ever had a job.
I was unemployed for 4 years, but I did collect 2 out of those 4 years.
I mean, I feel like your ex,
shit.
who, if we remember, jumped in front of a train.
Oh, shit, for real?
No, we won't bring him up again. But I feel like he, at this point, is more likely to get a job than you. Is that true or false? And I could be wrong.
That's false.
That's false. Okay, well, I stand corrected then.
I will get a job. It's just going to take a little time. You got to fill out applications and so on.
Right, and some of those can be upwards of a page and a half.
Well, some of them take an hour to fill out.
And the thing is about job applications is that you'll sit there and say,
computer.
Yes, it's on. What do you...
She got that nigga mentality. I like
We
that.
just don't have the headphones.
She is.
She's like a black person.
Well, because she's sitting there going, it could take upwards of an hour to fill out a job application. I just don't have the time. I don't have the time.
Already.
And then you fill out these...
Everything's on computer now.
Right.
So some people don't want to sit there and
you fill out these job applications, and all of a sudden, there's another side of this page. I got to fill out the back, too. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I had a job.
You got a job.
I had a job for 19 years.
See?
I'm so happy I'm hearing this from white people. We're not all
I had my
crazy.
job for 17 years.
How did it feel to get felt up by Whoo Kid today?
What?
Did you like that? To get felt up by DJ Whoo Kid?
Yeah, Diane, you got felt up by DJ Whoo Kid.
Was that titillating?
She said it was nice.
It was very nice.
Yeah? Did you feel any discharge?
No.
So just one discharge today?
Yeah, just one.
Just the one?
I thought it was
All right,
Bobo.
if you might say, all right, yeah.
Just the one discharge?
Right.
I tried to make out with him in the elevator.
How did that go?
They didn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Why is that?
He wanted us to go upside down in the elevator. I don't do upside down.
Why
Sorry.
wouldn't you make out with
Mary don't go
Troy?
upside down. Mary
He's a
don't do
handsome guy.
backhand.
We tried to get him
Mary
to
don't do
twerk upside
flips.
down.
Sure, like the video, like the high school
don't
girls
do cartwheels. I don't do splits.
Right.
And then we tried to get them to make out, but they wouldn't make out.
I don't do the lesbo either or anything like that.
lesbo?
No, I don't do that thing.
You don't
I'm
have a-
You
married.
guys are best friends.
So what? What does that mean?
So you
your
make
best
out a
friend
little
is supposed
bit.
to fool around
Who
with each
Kid and
other?
me have kissed on
Who's your
occasion?
best friend?
DJ Whoo Kid
I
is.
really don't
Well, do
remember
you guys
that.
do
But
Well,
anything
you wouldn't,
together?
would you?
I
You'll never
mean-
take a drink from me in a bar, Whoo Kid. Always check to see where it
I ain't
comes
no
from.
homo, but I kissed him. My man.
Someone must have been drinking 2 bottles of Jack that day.
Bobo!
Jack Daniels.
Nailed it again. Well,
you might drink Jack Daniels. We
Marion,
talk about Jack
who would you say was the MVP of today's show?
It is my hard
Well, I got to
liquor
get
choice.
to Marion. Who would you say was the MVP of today's show?
Me.
You would say you. Bobo, who would you say is the MVP of today's show?
Me and Colin Quinn.
Okay. Bobo?
And Opie and Anthony.
Okay, you just named 5 people. Bobo.
Well, I'd have to say it was kind of co-MVPs between these two.
Lady Di and Marion?
And myself.
Okay, you named 3 people. Okay, and Lady Di?
Colin Quinn.
Colin Quinn. A respectable answer from a not terribly respectable person. Lady Di. Lady Di, well, listen.
It was good to see him again.
The show's ending. Sydney, our lovely intern, has something going on this weekend. Is that right, Sydney?
I do.
What's happening?
On Sunday on Faction, which is channel 41, I'm doing the do-it-yourself radio.
Sunday?
Yes, at 8.
8 p.m.?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. Eastern Time. Tune into Faction, where Sydney will be doing do-it-yourself radio. I pitched myself, after I heard Sydney was doing it, I asked the guys if I could do a do-it-yourself radio on Faction, and they said that would defeat the purpose because I'm already on the radio. I'll just be...
What, they playing with themselves? Or
no, do-it-yourself radio is like an intern.
I talk about it.
Right, she's not experienced, she's just jumping on.
They're playing with a pussy.
Well, congratulations, Sydney.
Okay.
You won't be playing with yourself on the radio?
Do it yourself.
No.
I'll refrain. I'll leave that to...
Lady Di and Marion.
Yes.
Well, Marion is married, so she won't be doing that. Lady Di, she's got nothing going on anyway.
Supposed to do again?
Listen, you'll be playing with yourself on Faction at some point. But listen to Sydney Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Whoo Kid, thank you for stopping by.
Can I shout out my thing this
Shout it out.
8 p.m.?
50 Cent's birthday party show is tomorrow on Sirius XM, and of course I'm with all the black people at BT Awards in LA.
Now you got something to do on Saturday and Sunday. My show's on Sunday 4 p.m.
Anybody
I'll
that's
be
a
going
fan?
to the Met game tomorrow.
Nobody cares where you're going tomorrow, Marion. That's the problem.
Anybody that's a fan of O&A could come to the parties at Supper Club with me.
Supper Club.
Me and Jamie Foxx.
Tweet him at DJ Whoo Kid. He's got all the information
Jamie
there.
Foxx, what up?
Bobo, Lady Di, Marion. It's been exhausting. We'll see you next time. Ron and Fez are next.
Shut up, cunts. It's Bobo time.
That was a long time ago.
I was a year ago.
Yeah.
And the amazing part is the last time it was in a very unfamiliar place. That's how.
Well, Cleveland. I mean, it's familiar to a lot of people. They live there, but not to you, huh?
No, right.
Here's the thing. That was over a year ago. You've been gone from the Opie and Anthony show for over a year. We finally let you back on as a bit of a goof, and you have the opportunity to make a case for yourself. Not once did you mention to the people who make the decision, Opie, Anthony, Jim Norton, that you want to be a part of this bus trip.
I didn't want to bother them over it, all right? I just... Shut up, cunts. It's Bobo time.
Jesus Christ. How do you follow that? It's after Opie and Anthony Live. And, you know, usually when they clean up the studio after a show, it's like a very quick thing. They just come in, replace some headphones, get some papers off the desk, and they're out. I mean, they're not still cleaning when the show's on the air, but I don't know. There was something just about the debauchery and the debacle that was today's show that has left this place looking like an atomic bomb has gone off. And we didn't even do any, like, stunts. Bobo is still here, however, he's all the way across the room for some reason. How's that taste? Like armpits?
Oh, it's horrible aftertaste.
You know what you could have done? When they said, hey, Bobo, now you lick Lady Di's armpits, you could have been like, no, thank you.
Well, I did it for the show.
That's good to know. Let me start taking some calls and go to 303. You're on After Opie and Anthony Live.
Hey, Sam, this is Jack. I think Bobo proved that he can go on that bus tour.
Bobo, you didn't bring that up once. What the fuck is wrong with you? You've been campaigning for so long to get back on this show. When was the last time you were on the show?
Well, the last time I was on the Opie and Anthony show was during the trip to Cleveland.
You coming up? You going to come to the table, Bobo?
Yep.
You feeling confident?
Yep, ma'am. Well, I have to admit right now I'm still dealing with the aftertaste out of whatever deodorant Lady Di was wearing.
Well, that's what you did today, Bobo. You licked Lady Di's hairy armpit. Was it indeed hairy?
I guess maybe it was stubble.
It was just stubble that you were licking.
Yeah, but the deodorant freaking leaves a horrible aftertaste.
Was that a little armpit hiccup you did there? Taste a little armpit when the air came up?
Still.
Slosh around the saliva in your mouth. Slosh it around a little bit. Let me hear it. What are you going to do? Mention it on Twitter? You know they don't like it when you tweet them.
Well, I figured that.
Plus, your account gets deleted most of the time.
I figured by what I did, they would probably get the idea, and hey, I'd be excellent on the bus tour.
Why? Because you'll be licking armpits?
No, that I could handle the wildness of the bus tour,
the rigors of the road.
Yup. As a matter of fact, if I'm able to take Mr. Maloonigans on this trip, he'll be the official O&A bus tour party dog.
Yeah, we're not going to let your dog on the bus. That's ridiculous.
Tie it to the back like National Lampoon Vacation.
Have you seen National Lampoon's Vacation?